Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Blue Dragon 5 here, hosting a rousing game of Disney Debates, Pixar Edition, in honor of Hoppers. Tonight's topics: which show creator should direct a Pixar film? Best moment from Hoppers, and which Cartoon Network series would make the best Pixar movie? So, without further delay, strap on your brain hat and hop into your robotic animal of tomorrow as we head on down to the arena. In this corner, straight from the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, after hopping, he works part-time at the Enchanted Tiki Room. It's Tiki!
If there's anything on the planet that's going to stop me from being a stand-up comedian, it's that stupid attraction. I hate that attraction so much.
Well, it doesn't like you much either. So, in the opposing corner... In the opposing corner, currently wearing a beaver costume, and not because he's been working too long at Animal Kingdom, he's terrified of John Hamm because he's not fully convinced he's not the human Link Hogthrob. It's Pergron.
It's true. I really don't like John Hamm. Or not John Hamm. Yeah, I hate John Hamm. I hate him. I hate his stupid last name.
Oh my god.
All right, and joining me on the council of judges is Jacob Weil and Rohit Dar.
Hello. Howdy.
All right, so how are we doing tonight, guys?
I gotta tell you guys, I'm pretty stoked because Movie Fights is officially back. They're doing it weekly again, and we've been here the whole time. But no, honestly, Movie Fights has kind of been giving me like a little bit of a fire under my ass to really do well this time. I'm really looking forward to this post Movie Fights revival Disney Debates, if you will.
Everything's coming back. Nostalgia, baby.
Oh yeah, you know it. Who Al Nation.
Okay, so let's go over the rules, shall we?
All right.
Okay, here's how it works. We got 3 main rounds. The way it works is, we're going to reveal the pick, going to give an opening statement, and then it's a fight to the finish until you hear this sound from everyone's favorite judge, R2D2. He's the bell. You hear that? I want everyone to shut up so we can deliberate and decide who gets the most, basically who made the best argument. Our judges panel of 3 will vote on who made the more compelling argument. Whoever gets most of 3 votes will get the point for that round as we go through the 3 rounds. At the end of 3 rounds, I will award you both the Bud Lucky Penny. Of course, this is yours to do what you will with. You flip it, you could win a point. Assuming it lands heads. If it lands tails, well, that's the risk we take.
Womp womp.
Yep. Could spell doom. Could lose a point. Could set you back. Could spiral you into depression. We don't know. There's many things.
I'm already there, buddy.
Yeah, but you
Damn
can.
it, you beat me to it, jackass.
Could it spiral you the other way? Will it be null and void? Will it set you back to 0? That's the real question. Anyway. So, starting now, penalty phrase in effect. Could be a name, could be a place, could be a thing, could be nothing. If it's said, of course, we have Jacob, much like the weatherman spelling doom. He will, he'll be on the lookout for said word if it hypothetically exists.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if it's said, bad stuff happens.
Strange things will
This
happen to you.
Ain't no doubt about it, folks. So, All right, so after all that, we enter the speed round. Of course, we were audience. Yeah, yes, you, Code Geass. Yes, you. We'll be taking some audience questions when we get to the speed round. We will be inclined to use them, and you have the power to judge who made the more compelling argument, who gets the point. Their fate, these two Yahoos' fates, are in your hands, dear audience member, Kogias, and whoever else is just laying in wait right now. It's in your hands. Pretty exciting, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so first to five points wins. Gentlemen, do you understand these rules as I've explained them to you both here this fine evening?
Yep.
All right. Jacob, cue the randomizer.
Here we go. As we can see, Pergron and Tiki are here named alphabetically. After randomize, whoever comes out on top will go first, and that's how it will be throughout the first 3 rounds. Ready? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Randomize. And Tiki's going first.
Oh boy.
All right. Tiki versus PG. Let's do it.
Alrighty then, and that brings us to question number 1, which is Dragon.
Which animated show creator should direct a Pixar film next?
Look at both of these pasty white guys.
Pixar's bread and butter, baby.
I know, right?
I feel like they're about to gentrify this.
All right. Okay, I have Alex Hirsch, the creator of Gravity Falls.
All right.
And I have Patrick McHale, the creator of Over the Garden Wall.
Ooh.
All right. Tiki, opening statement.
So I just want to start by saying this is by far the debate I've been least looking forward to out of the 3 questions because I respect both of these men a great deal, and I do not look forward to shooting down at Patrick McHale. That being said, my opening statement is simple. You look at Alex Hirsch's body of work. It's Gravity Falls, sure, and Gravity Falls, I mean, I'm sorry, Over the Garden Wall has a cult following. Gravity Falls is probably among the most popular, animated shows to ever come out at Disney, bar none. It's up there with DuckTales. It's up there with the best of them. It's definitely got the biggest audience. But he's also a voice actor, which Pixar loves. Pixar loves when their creatives come in and do voice work for them. And he's also been an executive producer on a ton of other stuff. I realize not an executive producer, but, he's written, he's worked on a bunch of other stuff, like Phineas and Ferb, and, well, he was just a voice on Phineas and Ferb. I'm sorry. But my point is, he's a very robust voice actor. He's worked on a lot of different stuff besides Gravity Falls. And I just think that Gravity Falls, if we're really comparing, the main body of works of these two guys, as much as I love Over the Garden Wall, and I do love Over the Garden Wall, it's just one thing. It's basically got the runtime of a movie where Alex Hirsch was able to kind of stick to landing in one of the greatest cases I've ever seen for a TV show, bar none, where it's he knew that he had 40 episodes. He told exactly the story that he wanted to tell. That's the case with Patrick McHale too, but I'm just saying, Alex Hirsch, he did it on a larger scale with Gravity Falls. And I guess my final argument is I just feel like Gravity Falls is way more in line with the tone of Pixar, right? Where you have the humor, obviously, you have the pathos, you have the Easter eggs. And whereas I feel like I feel like Over the Garden Wall would be more in line at a Ghibli or even a cartoon saloon or a Laika or something like that. I just feel like Over the Garden Wall does not necessarily vibe with the Pixar sort of tone and mindset the same way that Gravity Falls does. So that's my long-winded, rambling opening statement.
Pergron.
So I think one of the coolest things Pixar does with their like original movies is letting a creative kind of take it in a direction that they want to go. And in recent years, they've kind of gone wild with it. Like, not all of these movies feel Pixar to me. Like, I don't think that you can look at something like a collection of things like Soul, like Turning Red, like Elemental, and like Hoppers, and put them in that classic Pixar box that I think you used to be able to do with, you know, their earlier stuff. So I think giving somebody like a creative who is really passionate about the story that they're telling an opportunity to get in there and tell a really unique story with the Pixar name on it, I think that'd be really interesting. Now just to pull up some credentials here, because you kind of implied it was just over the garden wall. That's his main thing for sure. But he also was a writer for The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, a show that I know you enjoy. He also worked a lot on Adventure Time. He worked on Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio on the screenplay for that. So he's done a lot of really like interesting other things that I think could contribute to a really interesting Pixar story. I also think that his work on Over the Garden Wall and his work on stuff like Flapjack and Adventure Time and Pinocchio as well would let it get a little bit weird, which I think Pixar's starting to kind of play into. We saw it in Hoppers for sure, that they're a little more willing to get weird, and I think that would be a really interesting way to do it. So yeah, I think Patrick McHale would be a phenomenal addition to this team.
All right. Put on your boxing gloves. It's time to fight.
So Pixar, like, yeah, they're definitely getting more varied as far as the stories they're telling and stuff like that. But I will say my point still stands about the tone. You can get a little bit more existential with stuff like Soul. You can get a little bit more comedic with stuff like Hoppers. And yeah, Hoppers has some dark stuff to it too. But Patrick McHale, he has such a distinct vibe to him where it's just like this old-timey, almost like silly symphonies-esque kind of way of looking at animation. And I also just don't think he's as strong with characters as Alex Hirsch is. And characters are a big part of Pixar. Now, don't get me wrong, Over the Garden Wall has 3 characters that are fantastic. The main trio is great. But Gravity Falls does exactly what the best Pixar films do, which is it populates its entire fucking setting, its entire town, with lovable characters and personalities and people that you want to see more of. And I just don't think that, I think that Patrick McHale, his tone is too episodic. He kind of jumps around all over the place. And I feel like he's almost too married to like that kind of like very, very old fashioned, almost like rubber hose, like Merry Melodies kind of animation style.
I think that kind of my issue with that is, one, we've really only seen him take the helm on one project. So to put him in a box like that without...
That's why this is hard, because both of our guys have only really taken the helm on one
right.
thing.
But I don't think it's fair to put him in a box, because I could probably say the same thing about Alex Hirsch, and he can only do weird, and now that we've gotten Hoppers, you know, it's just kind of going to be more of that. Or that tone.
But it's what Pixar is leaning towards. It's what Pixar's leaning towards way more than like, hey, let's do an homage throwback to weird 1930s silly symphony shit. I'm not saying it's not great.
we got things like Soul, which is very much an existential kind of reflection on life. We got things like Onward, which is very much a fantasy epic. We got things like Luca, which is very much a smaller story. Like, Pixar is absolutely diversified.
Literally all 3 of those movies still have a modern sensibility to them.
Yeah, we don't know. He's worked in Modern Sensibility. He worked in Adventure Time. He's like creative director of the first 2 seasons of Adventure Time. It's not like, I don't think it's fair to say that he only does the one thing that his best project does. Like, there's other things. that he
But
is
like I
capable
said, like
of.
I mean, you said that like with Alex Hirsch, if he did something else, it would likely be weird. Yeah, that is, I totally agree. Like the only other thing he really has an executive producer credit on is Inside Job, and that is very much kind of the same tone. But like I said, that is, I feel like with Hoppers being the success that it is, that is exactly the kind of thing that Pixar wants to get into more. They want to get into the dark stuff. They want to get into the kind of more cryptic stuff. But at the same time, I don't think they want it to feel like a Ghibli movie or a Leica movie. And frankly, I think Patrick McHale, honestly, and Pinocchio kind of proves it. I feel like Leica is way more his lane than Pixar is.
See, I think that you're kind of, what you're doing to me is you're kind of putting both him and Pixar in a box. To me, Pixar has always been about opening a horizon and exploring different ideas and different tones. I think that if you take somebody who, in my opinion, took a phenomenal story and condensed it down into a mini series that I think easily could have been a multi-series, like multi-season thing if the studio had forced it. But instead,
Gravity Falls, same thing. Gravity Falls could have gone on for 5 seasons. And I feel like that's kind of a moot point with both of us. Both of us kind of have very successful projects that both ended exactly when the creators wanted them to end.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there are episodes of Gravity Falls that feel like filler. Where I like that he was able to tell a complete story throughout these 10-minute little episodes. Now, I'm not saying that Alex Hirsch would stick filler in a hour and a half movie, but I am saying that
you would stick really, really good, memorable characters into an hour and a half movie.
There's really, really good memorable characters.
Memorable ensemble casts.
You can't say there's not a memorable ensemble cast.
Is kind of lacking right now. Like even Hoppers, for as much as I love Hoppers, that's still just like you've got King George, you've got why am I blanking on the name of the main character girl? I'm so sorry. This is helping.
I'm not going to say it because I feel like it's a word.
You're gonna hate this dragon, Tiki. It's Mabel.
Oh my god, yeah, Mabel, like the syrup. That's right.
And like one of the characters in Gravity Falls.
Exactly. So I can't believe I didn't remember that. That's stupid. Anyways, so you got King George, you got Mabel, you got Jerry. You got those 3, just like Gravity Falls, or just like Over the Garden Wall has 3 solid main characters.
Over the Garden Wall has an amazing ensemble of memorable characters
who all pop up for like an episode.
Yeah, that's just the format of the story.
With Pixar right now is that they have decent characters, but they only pop up here and there. Like the bear character in Hoppers, she was hilarious when she first popped up, and she literally doesn't say, like, I don't want that same sort of like weird screen time distribution, and Alex Hirsch absolutely knows how to spread the love when it comes to characters.
I think really that's unfair because
out an ensemble cast. He has got that.
Unfair because we have a 10-minute, 10-episode mini series that's very much inspired by Dante's Inferno. All right, that's a very it's an Alice in Wonderland kind of bang bang boom. But
Pixar has never done anything even remotely as abstract as Alice in Wonderland.
And I'm not saying that they would. I'm just saying that Patrick McHale was able to create these incredibly memorable characters in their short moments. Everybody remembers the woodsman and the beast, and everybody remembers whatever they decide the frog's name is in that episode.
Everyone remembers those characters basically as gifts. Like they're great, they're great in the moment, but like I said, I am starving. I am literally starving for like a Toy Story or a Monsters Inc. where all the characters are fleshed out.
How can we say that he can't write that, or he can't do that if there's one project that he hasn't? Adventure Time, in which he was the director of for the first 2 seasons, has amazing beloved characters. So
he wasn't the showrunner for that time.
He has so many characters under the Adventure Time umbrella. that we can look at. No, did he create Adventure Time? No, but he worked on it very heavily in the first 2 seasons, and people adore
First
the
two
Adventure
seasons,
Time.
which I know myself and plenty of other people could not get past season 1 because it felt like a lot of filler. And I understand that you're establishing those characters and everything, but like that show does not start out on its strongest foot. I frankly feel like that show gets better and better the longer it goes on, and that's way past when this guy was working on it.
Okay.
Ooh, that was fucking brutal, dude.
All right.
I genuinely kind of hated that.
Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna cast. Well, you know what? Judge Dar, what say you, sir?
So in this overall debate, I think in terms of opening statements, I feel like Pergron was stronger in defining sort of what's the typical Pixar mold and what Pixar has been going through lately and how Patrick McHale could be interesting. But I think the fact that Tiki kind of really fought back in the debate and was able to articulate how Alex Hirsch could be a great fit to what Pixar is and why Patrick Bale, it's not that he's a bad pick, but that he wouldn't fit with sort of the Pixar mold. And my issue is that then Peregrine didn't do the same in return. Like I feel like Peregrine did a lot of defending Patrick McHale and not challenging why Alex Hirsch shouldn't be directing a Pixar film. So in that respect, the fact that there was both enough offense and defense, I think Tiki wins in articulating why McHale doesn't fit for Pixar and Alex Hirsch does. So Tiki gets the point for me.
Okay, I vote in favor of Peregrine.
All right, I guess that leaves me to be the mediator here.
Matter of fact, it does, Jacob.
All right. But so this was a well fought round. Both of these creators have definitely left their mark. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about who left the best which of the fighters left the best mark. And in this case, I would say that goes to Tiki.
Right. Appreciate it.
I'm just imagining Patrick McHale is just like, Tiki, I thought you liked Doing for the Garden Wall.
I probably objectively like Over the Garden Wall more than Gravity Falls. I'm gonna be completely
and yet you made Over the Garden Wall's daddy cry. I hope you sleep at night, Tiki.
Honestly, Peregrine, I just wish you just articulated more about what makes Alex Hirsch not a good pick for Pixar.
No, Tiki absolutely cooked me with the he'd be better for Ghibli or Leica.
Yeah.
As soon as that came out, I'm like, fuck, I cannot say it because he's so right.
I mean, Pinocchio's literally like right there.
No, I was on the back
Pinocchio
foot.
should have been a Leica movie.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, fuck.
You're basically that Tim Robinson profile pic right there.
Yes. No, that was my exact. You couldn't see it, but that was the exact.
I hate this chair.
All right, so we've got some good suggestions from Claude. Good to see you, Claude. He's saying, let's see, imagine Dan Povenmire, sorry, and Jeff Swampy Marsh directing a Pixar film.
Leave it to the professionals, Tiki.
Or yeah, God, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Or J.G. Quintel. Or Rebecca Sugar. Yeah, all three of them. I was tempted to do Rebecca Sugar.
Rebecca Sugar is a really good pick, honestly.
Yeah. All right. And then also Kogias says Flapjack is one of the most underrated Cartoon Network shows. Kogias, tune into round 3. That's all I'll say. Man. Anyways.
All right, let's see. So I think we kind of covered the comments on that one. Jacob, what's the forecast? Do we have any Doom by chance? Anyone step into anything?
Are you asking for Doom, Dragon?
I am asking. Doom. Yeah, is Downey Jr. in the nearby area? What's going on?
Well, I'm checking the forecast.
Downey Jr. looking for the Oscars.
Yeah.
But Dragon, I do not see any Doom. It's clear skies for these two knuckleheads.
Jacob.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Oh boy.
I am?
Oh God.
Yes. No. Tiki said the word.
Oh no. What did
Yes,
I
he
say?
did. So Tiki spoke about hoppers and a scene.
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
right. Yeah, the scene in Hoppers that featured the bear, and the word is bear.
Oh, yeah, you're
What?
right.
Oh, come on. All right, whatever.
Yeah, that's some BS, man.
That's a little bit like
Hey
whatever.
guys, it could have been. Hey, if we used Jacob's suggestion for the word, trust me, I was a lot more fair in my assessment. Trust me.
Was the
Jacob's
suggestion beaver?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You're right.
A little credit, please.
But he didn't actually say beaver, though.
No, I didn't.
I know you did that. I'm just saying.
Libby saying coming in and getting hit by the Alex Hirsch jump scare.
All right, so
The white men. Dragon,
All right.
I feel like these two guys are kind of like in contention for the whitest men on the internet. Honestly,
How dare you try and unload our title? Tiki? What's wrong with you?
Okay. So
Oh God.
it is time to dole out the first punishment of the evening.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's see. All right, so this won't be able to go into effect until the speed.
Yeah.
Round.
All right, I'm fine with that.
But Pergron can block one of your speed round answers.
All right.
I was seeing LEB's comment, white man jump scare. I'm thinking white man can jump scare.
White man can't jump scare.
Yeah. Okay.
All
It's
right.
like
All right,
Woody
so-
Harrelson is like a haunted house worker.
Pretty much, yeah. He's like, okay, Woody, we want you to just make sure you scare up real good. Do you think you can do that? All right. Do you think you can jump out and say boo, or just kind of pull Sam Raimi? Can you do it? Just reach out and grab him by the ankle. Just do it. All right.
That's like the world's fucking stupidest Saturday Night Live sketch.
It was a slow week at SNL.
All right,
And
Claude's
considering-
also suggesting
and-
Darren Nevsky or Craig McCracken. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like all these people that we are throwing out, honestly, would be legitimately good picks.
You were saying, Jacob?
I was gonna say, and considering how slow SNL usually is, that's saying something.
Yeah. All right. So, fair warning, round 2, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen Hoppers, I'm sorry.
Both of these moments are pretty major spoilers. Yeah.
Okay, so again, we'll give you like less than a minute to you make your decisions. If do I want to be spoiled? And then,
You've had like a month.
Y'all will see it eventually on Disney Plus. We'll make it through.
But I think you'll like the
images for this one.
And I think you'll like the images I went with these. So, Dragon, do you think it's time?
I think it's time. Round numero dos.
All right.
What was the best moment from Hoppers?
All right, I picked the Diane reveal.
All right, Pergron.
I went with squishing the bug queen.
All right.
So the Diane reveal is not just, in my opinion, the funniest moment in Hoppers. It legitimately might be one of the absolute all-time best jokes in any fucking Pixar movie, bar none. Like, I feel like this moment elevates Hoppers to essentially be Pixar's Emperor's New Groove, and I do not say that lightly. Essentially, the setup is after Pergron's moment goes down. It's really funny how our two moments kind of like lead into each other. The main characters are on the run, and all the animal kings have summoned the apex predator, and we, the audience, are just like, what the fuck is the apex predator? Like, and the film does just this absolutely majestic job of building it up. Like the music is tense, the lighting gets really dark, all the birds are stirring around. Like it legitimately feels intense. And then the birds dive into the water and they carry out this shark. That alone would be a fucking excellent gag in its own right. It would be just an absolutely absurd visual gag. But no, they elevate it even further. They take the great characterization that we have for George and they elevate it where George is like, oh, I know her. It's Diane. She's actually super nice. And then the shark does turn out to be super nice. She's still a carnivore. She's still going to do her damn job, but she's going to be very, very fucking polite about it. And it just sends me, dude. It just sends me. I mean, it's like, I think it's the best moment in Hopper specifically because it's just that great payoff. Like, you're wondering what the hell the apex predator is going to be. And it's the moment that elevates this movie from like a really, really fun time to like, holy shit, this is genuinely like one of the best Pixar movies of the decade. Like, that level of creativity. It's exactly what I want in a Pixar movie.
Right around.
Yeah, so for my moment, I think the reason that I'm sorry, I'm just a little messed up on the wording because we went with best joke was what I was sent, but that's okay. What do I think is the best moment? I still think this moment's better and funnier and more important than Diane. I'm gonna be honest. Tiki hyped me up for the Diane reveal, and I was let down. This moment sees Mabel trying to find a commonality, trying to put the entire thing, their entire conflict with the human world, and all of a sudden we watch as they're like, they want to squish the humans. That's their thing. And so Mabel, as a human in a beaver body, now that we know that's not a word, what she does is she's like, no. And as the queen, as the bug queen is like up in her face, she, as a human being, and none of the animals know this yet, but just instinctually, when a bug is up in your face, what do? You squish it. And it's just a really shocking thing. I think a big part of what made it so funny to me was that it was Meryl Streep. And she's just like in this moment. And I think that's hilarious. And she set off the catalyst of the big bad. Her son, Dave Franco, the little baby caterpillar guy, into like taking the rest of the movie. So what ended up happening is this moment set off a chain of events that allowed our movie to happen. So I think both in humor and in story import, this is one of the best moments.
Okay, let's find out.
All right, so I'm going to push back against the comments right away just because they're saying it's similar to Bruce. It is absolutely not. It's way, way funnier and more extreme of a gag than Bruce. For me, like I said, the comedy of this scene comes specifically from the contrast. The fact that Diane is super pleasant, super polite. Like, hey guys, we're going to be doing a squishing today. You all ready? All right, you're going to close your eyes and feel the painful release of death. And I just love that contrast because unlike Bruce is genuinely trying to keep it together, right? Like, Bruce would have been fine if it weren't for the blood. But Diane, she's still a fucking shark. Like, she's still going to kill you and do a good job at it. She is just very polite about it. So that's my pushback about the Bruce thing. Pergron, I feel like your moment is good, but I feel like your moment is literally a lead-in to me. Your moment is basically like, okay, this is where the movie starts to ramp up. And then my thing just literally is the ramp up. My thing is the acceleration.
Yeah, I mean, yours can be the acceleration. That, to me, it...
Kokias, you literally haven't even seen the movie, dude.
Yes, I
So,
have.
like...
Oh,
No, Code Geass says he hasn't seen the movie.
I thought you meant me.
Pergron, you're not Code Geass, all right?
I didn't hear the Code Geass. I thought
Oh,
you
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ellie B's the one who says that she hasn't seen the movie. My bad. Okay, I'm clearly paying too much attention to comics. Go
How
ahead.
dare you,
I'm sorry.
Tiki? How dare you be
This
mean
is
to Code
why
Geass?
reading comprehension is important, ladies and
My bad,
gentlemen.
Code Geass. My bad.
Um,
You know what that was, guys? This is gonna
What?
drive you crazy. That was a dyslexia moment. Anyways, go ahead.
Not how that works.
There.
So barring whatever the fuck just happened there, I think that the Diane moment, the reason it didn't really stick out to me is it felt obvious. And maybe that's just me being an animal guy. I can fully admit that. But what I saw a bunch of birds diving into the ocean, going to get an apex predator. And I immediately said, yeah, they're going to get a shark. They're going to get a great white shark. That's what
But they don't dive in. They don't dive into the water until like 10 minutes into the buildup, though. I mean, it's way far into the buildup. Like when we were talking about the movie Dragon, I literally thought they were going to go like Bigfoot or something. I had no idea what it was going to be.
See, I knew it was a shark as soon as they said the apex predator because the mammals are on her side.
Okay,
So-
well, that's you, fucking animal guy. I'm sorry, I'm not an animal nerd.
So I saw that and I'm like, okay, they're gonna get a shark, and then they got a shark, and I go, there's a shark, and then she does the most millennial fucking white mom, hi, and it's like, oh, okay, that's where they're going with this character. My moment isn't just like a 2-off, I guess, joke, because they do bring her back at the end, but is a moment that both is a sudden shocking moment that I didn't think they would do in a
But your
Pixar
moment is
movie.
literally like one moment, though. It's literally like one beat.
Yeah, what's the best
whereas
moment?
with me, it's like built
You
up.
picked
I
an
think the
entire
build-up
scene.
is
I
what-
picked
is
a
what
moment.
makes
What's the best moment from Hoppers? It's the moment where the bug's up in her face, and as a human being, showcasing that Mabel is still a human, and showcasing that humans do have a tendency to mistreat the natural world. She reaches out and squishes the bug leader. That is an important and a funny and a shocking moment that I didn't expect Pixar would go to. Like, this is some like DreamWorks shit that they usually would go to, and instead we get to see a good character squish a bug, not like Dr. Facilier at the end of Princess and the Frog killing Ray. This is our hero, the person we're rooting for, the person who has been fighting for the animal kingdom the entire time. But now that she sees her own species is under threat, she goes and commits a cold-blooded murder.
But the shark is funny.
Okay, that's it.
That was yeah. Give him the point. Give him the point. That was a pretty clear.
Are you actually surrendering the point?
I
or do you
mean,
want
not technically, but like I know where this is going, dude.
All right, let's see. So, Jacob.
Yeah, I got. Although personally, I do find the Diane moment funnier. I'll give the point to Pergron here.
All right, Rohit.
Honestly, when you said millennial coded, I was like, "Fuck, you're absolutely right."
I love it though. I love that everyone's having these moments through the debate. The oh crap moment. The I'm screwed. That's it. Bleep me.
Yep.
I'm done.
First round was Pergron. This round was Tiki. Does that mean both are going to have it next time?
That is an excellent question. That might happen.
I'm pretty passionate about my next question, so we'll see.
Okay, so Rohit, where are you ruling?
I'll go for Tiki.
What? All right.
Are you sure? He kind of sucks.
Well, I don't know.
Don't let him peer pressure you, Rohit.
Millennial zinger. Now it's like I feel like I was as someone born in '95. I felt so fucking offended by that comment, but it was a good ass zinger. So I will give the point to Pergron.
Wait, really? You just initially you said Tiki, so you're giving
It was like okay, like I still like as much as Tiki would fight against it. I feel like it is in a similar spirit as the Bruce moment from Finding Nemo. So the more I think overall, I think
That's
Paragon.
literally not even a point that Pergron made, though. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
Well, you make your bed, got to lie in it.
All right, it's all good.
Okay, so confusingly, Rohit's changed his voting explicitly from Tiki to Pergron. So there we go. And I too was voting Pergron. So it's clean sweep for Pergron. So yeah.
Woo! There we go. Tie game.
All right. 1-1.
Oh.
So Jacob,
Mhm.
any doom?
There was not any doom.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. You guys lucked out. Another almost word was said this round, but it didn't make the cut. So
One of the words I proposed was actually Bruce.
Yeah. I'm regretting that one now. I was thinking, come on, they can't be that unoriginal. They're gonna talk about Bruce, but they did.
Especially because I brought it up totally of my own accord without
Yeah.
Pergron bringing it up.
Exactly. So Tiki, I would be really careful if I were you. You're saying all the words so far, man. That's or at least even all the potential words. So I wouldn't be mad. I'm at this point. I would not be surprised if you said all Jacob's proposed words. Perhaps I don't know. It might happen.
Oh yeah, he hasn't.
I don't know. Okay. So any other comments you want to mention before we move forward?
Just a lot of debate about the Bruce thing, mostly. LAB says Bigfoot is my favorite animal in the animal kingdom.
Now, LEB, is your Bigfoot voiced by Jason Lee? That's what I want to know. All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that will transition us to round 3. The decider.
All right.
Which Cartoon Network series would have made the best Pixar movie?
I picked The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
Fairground?
I picked The Secret Saturdays.
All right.
So I feel like The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack is just on that line of what I was talking about with being very old-timey in spirit, like Over the Garden Wall, but having enough of a modern sensibility to the sense of humor and the pacing and the tone to where it doesn't feel like a relic. And honestly, I feel like when I think of Pixar stuff that hasn't really been tackled yet, we really could use like a really good action adventure pirate thing. Especially because I feel like Disney should get out from under the shadow of Pirates of the Caribbean, for one. And I just feel like it'd be a really, really unique direction for Pixar to go in. I feel like the characters are all there. The setting is incredibly memorable. The opening song actually does show the characters in claymation, and I feel like you could almost adapt that style, if not that style. That opening still shows that the characters work in 3 dimensions. And I just think the art style is really unique. I feel like you could get the Decemberists, one of my all-time favorite bands, on to do the music for it. They were set to do the music for the show before it got canceled. I really want to see them do music for it. Doesn't even necessarily have to be a musical. Like, they can just throw in a couple sea shanties and do the score. I just think that Flapjack is a very, very rich world that has a lot of humor sensibilities that stick in line with what Pixar's about, and it also has a very dynamic duo at the center of it with Flapjack and Knuckles. I just think it's a lot more potent for an adaptation than Pergron's pick, which I will save for the actual debate to dig into.
All right, PG, go for it.
All right, so I think that the reason Secret Saturdays would be such an interesting and really exciting Pixar movie is because it is kind of unlike anything Pixar has done, and it also never really got its flowers on Cartoon Network, where Flapjack was and is a beloved piece of animation. Secret Saturdays is something that most people probably haven't even heard of or saw, and the only reason I ever did was because I had a cryptid phase in middle school. This show is, I mean, it ties in things like superheroes, which I know Pixar has dabbled in before with, you know, The Incredibles. But at the same time, it does tie in some concepts that Pixar is very tied into, with things like togetherness, found family. This has a really exciting cast of characters. Tiki earlier was talking about needing a really sick ensemble. Well, here you go. You have a sick ensemble here with the Komodo dragon, the Sasquatch, and the pterodactyl. Like, this is something that, this is a great cast of characters. They also have all kinds of other monsters and cryptids and stuff that show up in the show that I think you could do a really cool kind of story about finding these characters who need help. Something kind of in the vein of an Up, something kind of in the vein of like a Hoppers, honestly, but with more of a superhero kind of twist, where I just don't think, and I'll get into why I don't think Flapjack works in the debate part, but I think that this has all the makings of something that if Pixar got a hold of it, they could have made something really exciting, and something that, you know, unlike what LEV says, people would have seen and watched.
Yes, the role of Pergron tonight will be played by Glenn Powell. All right. Fight out, guys.
So, Pergron, I think your Achilles heel in this fight, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's absolutely going to be The Incredibles. Like, I haven't watched The Secret Saturdays. Like, most people haven't watched The Secret Saturdays. I don't think that's a fucking good thing when it comes to this question, honestly.
I think it's a great thing.
But I just looking at the poster, my dude, just looking at the poster, it genuinely looks like it's so derivative of The Incredibles. I'm not saying the actual series is. I don't even know if the series was pre or post Incredibles, but I'm saying a superhero family. They've literally got the initials of their last name on their fucking costumes. Like, you can't do this. You can't do something like this. It would be way too derivative of The Incredibles. I'm sorry, no matter how many, like, I think a Pixar movie that's just about cryptids, I think that would be really cool. I would be totally down for that. But the superhero element for me is what absolutely kills it.
I mean, it's much more of a Danny Phantom than an Incredibles, but see, I can see that argument, but here's the argument that I would go with against Flapjack, and that's Flapjack's, the most memorable parts of Flapjack are the stills. It is the close-up zoom, just disgusting animation. And that is such an integral part of Flapjack that if you give it to Pixar, you are sanitizing that. Pixar absolutely would not go and do that. There is no world in which Pixar cuts to a close-up of just the most horrendous, disgusting thing you've ever seen on the planet. And I can't see a world where...
That's why it's an adaptation, my guy. That's why it's an adaptation. I think Flapjack has a really rich world to it. I think
so. Now you've just got a pirate show. Like, okay, so we already have a great Disney pirate thing. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean. There's 3 movies,
and that series
amazing.
is never coming back because it's in the shadow of Johnny Depp, and I don't even want to get into that. But
it's 3 amazing movies, and it's too bad they never made any after that. But there's also the point of like the
I feel like Flapjack would be essential to just prove that Disney can do pirate shit that's not just Pirates of the Caribbean. I feel like it would actually kind of be a breath of fresh air for them in that regard. And
so let's remove the skeleton and the bones.
Far and away, one of the most unique pieces of pirate media out there. You know what else is another unique piece of pirate media? One Piece. One Piece is super fucking popular right now. I feel like Flapjack would kind of ride that wave, but it wouldn't just be ripping off One Piece. It would be entirely its own thing.
But it would be
and
removing
One Piece
the
is in a
skeleton
fucking
and
Pixar
the
movie
bones.
like The Incredibles is.
It would be removing the bones and the skeleton of what makes Flapjack so beloved, and just sanitizing them and stripping it away and making it like
I feel like you're overestimating the
pirate
whole
adventure.
close-up thing, dude. I feel like a lot of what makes Flapjack beloved is how unhinged and bizarre the characters are, and I don't necessarily think you need like gross out close-ups for that.
You absolutely do. That is what people remember about.
Okay,
Flapjack.
but look, for example, like something like SpongeBob. Like, I don't necessarily think the SpongeBob movie used a whole bunch of like gross out close-ups, and that's another thing the SpongeBob was known for. I just don't think you need it. I just don't think it's as pivotal of an ingredient as you're making it out to be. I still
think
feel
if
like
you make I just think if you make a 3D Flapjack, you remove those elements that made Flapjack a little bit edgy. Now you've just got a PG pirate movie. Okay, woohoo! This at least the Secret Saturdays has some
already
interesting
proved that
stuff.
Pixar's willing to go in some dark places with PG though. Like PG doesn't mean that much.
I know, but it's a PG pirate adventure that could have been anything. It could have been fucking Jake and the Neverland Pirates for all I give a shit. It's the same thing when you remove the things that make Flapjack so unique and exciting. I know you haven't seen The Secret Saturday, so it's kind of unfair to make you argue against the story when you don't know the story.
Like I said, I can literally just look at your image and say it's way too similar to The Incredibles. The internet would,
but it's not at all about The Incredibles. Or similar to The Incredibles. The Incredibles is a family.
At the very least, visually, it looks very similar.
So you change the costumes. Like, that's not that hard. Unlike Flapjack, The Secret Saturdays does not have a beloved, iconic look that you can't strip away and separate.
But like I said, with Flapjack, you still have that claymation. Like, the Flapjack has veered into other
Okay,
forms
so it should go to Leica. The thing about The Secret Saturdays is it is about family, but not in the way of like the Incredibles where it's an actual family. It's very much about like this family. It's the dad, mom, and their kid, but it's about how they use their love for each other and their bond to help others. And it's a way that they can use this to bring in the unloved into their circle and to protect them. And I think that's something.
One of my issues with what you're pitching here is that I struggle to see it go beyond the TV show format, whereas I feel like with Flapjack, there's like a built-in action adventure. Okay, let's do it. Let's actually fucking go to Candy Island this time. That is the hook for the show.
Okay, so yours is go to Candy Island. Mine is we pick a cryptid and then we have to protect him from.
But that's literally every episode of the show, though.
And like, every episode of Flapjack is a little pirate adventure.
Do a big event out of Flapjack, whereas with something like The Secret Saturdays, no matter what you do, you're basically just going to get a long version of the show, and that's exactly the kind of trap that most cartoons translated into a movie fall into. And I just feel like Flapjack is one of the cases where you absolutely can tell a very, very concentrated pirate adventure with stakes, with characters, with like emotion, with pathos, like Captain Knuckles, like, you know, like having a soft spot for Flapjack.
There's so much pathos
There's a lot going on there with that dynamic. There's a lot of like actual real world gaslighting stuff going on with the Knuckles Flapjack dynamic that I feel like they could get into in a meaningful way and still make it comedic, still make it pop like the great Pixar dynamic duos.
There's so much pathos in these individuals helping out creatures that are completely unable to help themselves. That's absolute pathos.
There's pathos with Flapjack realizing that his father figure for basically his whole life has basically just been taking advantage of him.
Okay, so you want Treasure Island again? You're just flipping pirate media.
Treasure Planet. That's what the dynamic is based off of. That's what works. It's an archetype.
So watch Treasure Planet.
Okay, that's enough.
This was a laser dude Rohit debate right there. God damn.
All right, well, that said, Rohit, where do you come down on it?
I think ultimately, I think the zingers of why isn't this a Leica project? Why you be kind of sanitizing, you know, and adapting it to the Pixar format and the PG like pirate, adventure of it all. I think with Secret Saturdays, I really appreciate Peregrine's kind of overall presentation that could be a film where it's about like a family that utilize their love for one another to extend it to other like beings that aren't loved by the world at large. And I think that's very much in the vein of Pixar messaging. So my point goes to Paragon.
Okay, that's one vote for Peregrine. All right, Jacob.
All right. That was well fought, I'll say. And I will admit that does kind of bring back flashbacks of Rohit and Laser Dude.
Only less Canadian.
And honestly, and even though the main difference, I could actually understand what both of you were saying at the time. So,
Unless your mama jokes.
so with that being said, I think I will still also give my point to Peregrine. I haven't seen either of these shows, but I have been more interested in seeing Flapjack, in all honesty. But I think Peregrine made an interesting argument, especially near the end, with like, then watch Treasure Planet. That's just me.
Yeah, so well, my vote doesn't really count here, but I kind of flip-flopped a little bit. I was on Tiki's side for a lot of this. I really liked, how I was very much arguing that I loved how he dug his heels in on, it's more than just like, even if we sacrifice like the specific art style choice of Flapjack, it doesn't really take away from it. Like the whole thing of like, like it was more of like a Nickelodeon thing than it was specifically. I'm not saying it's like just something that was only to Flapjack, but it was like kind of a thing we really saw. I want to say, kind of started with something like Ren and Stimpy, where we had like the artful, gross out kind of panel, and then of course we're taking things like SpongeBob and and Flapjack and so on and so forth. So I mean, I like that Tiki kind of said, well, it's the show is a lot more than just that. Citing the SpongeBob movie as an example and everything, and I think it made some really good points there. But ultimately, I think Paragon really threw a lot back at him towards the end. Like, well, you're essentially just remaking Treasure Island, and so on and so forth. I don't know.
It's an archetype for a reason. God damn it! Are you gonna take every fucking animated movie that has an archetype?
No, I'm saying kind of went back and forth on the points of like
it's all good.
Tiki made is like I think Tiki made a very valid point about the whole like the separation between like strung together episodes of a TV show versus like being reworked as a standalone story. But anyway, be that as it may, I kind of ultimately went back to Peregrine, so a clean sweep for Peregrine yet again.
All right.
Right. It was close though.
It's all good.
Yeah, it was.
All right. 2-1. Any comments we would like to highlight?
Let's see. Kogia says, personally, I feel Tiki's the Chad for choosing a cartoon show that has the Flying Dutchman himself, Brian Doyle Murphy.
Tiki's not cut out to be a Chad.
No, you're right. I'm not.
No.
LAB says Chad Peregrine chooses a show that no one has watched.
Peregrine absolutely could be a Chad.
Oh my god. Let's see.
He could be other things too if you substitute the
you guys were tagging on millennials earlier, and now you're bringing in Gen Z stuff.
Apparently,
Right.
yes.
Brian Doyle Murray would have been a good Barbossa, but you know what? Jeffrey Rush was the perfect Barbossa. So
yeah,
I think that covered it for the comments.
Well, I mean, Claude brought up the whole Imagine Steve Universe as a Pixar film.
Yep. Yeah. No, I was tempted to use that. Honestly.
Yeah, there were a lot of good picks, obviously.
I really like LEB's. Flapjack would be the one piece of Pixar or something. I don't know. I'm just saying.
All right. Okay, Jacob. Any words said?
I'll keep it brief, and I will just say no.
All right, there we go. All right. So we've reached the end of 3 rounds. Peregrine's in the lead, but these are some well-fought rounds, and I'm going to give you each some money, some lucky money. I'll give you both a Bud Lucky penny, of course, named in honor of, the month of St. Patrick's Day, as well as the beloved Bud Lucky, who's the reason Woody is a cowboy. All right, Tiki, would you like to flip?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's see.
Fortune favors the bull. I don't think
Damn it.
so.
Of course.
All right, Pergron.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Oh no. Oh god.
All right, let's see.
Let's see how lucky this coin is.
Oh,
Hey! All right, even Steven.
brings them both down. Brings it down to 1-0.
Yep.
Like the last 2 rounds haven't mattered.
I know, right?
Pretty much.
Hey, Tiki, don't you feel better?
Oh, sure.
It's going to be a long set of speed rounds.
Yeah, remember, folks, we are taking audience questions.
And remember, Pergron can block one of Tiki's answers.
All right, so speaking of which, I guess we should probably use, Claude just gave us actually, we have a few audience questions. What do you think? What should we do first, Jacob?
Let's get one of ours out of the way first.
All right, okay, we'll get to the audience because now we're definitely gonna be able to get to it now.
All right. Then let's get Kogias's first.
Yeah.
Audience question: if Toy Story ever got a live-action remake, who should play Buzz Lightyear? Not without Tim Allen, Patrick Warburton, or Chris Evans.
Yeah, who would the live-action Buzz Lightyear be?
Really, there's a very obvious answer.
I could do the funny answer. But
remember, if you say the funny answer, it'll be locked in, so be very careful.
Okay, Claude's new one and Ellie B's one are actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with John Cena.
Oh fuck, that's good.
Okay. You can't see him.
I'm going to go with Lionel Boyce, who played Marcus in The Bear.
Oh.
It's funny you both used, kind of actors who have been in The Bear.
True.
all right, Pergron, when you're ready.
So when I think of Buzz Lightyear, I think of kind of like a macho guy. I think of a big guy, but I also think of someone who has a heart. And I think that's John Cena to a T. I think he's like this big guy, but he's somebody that absolutely can play off the humor, but also can absolutely play off the heart. Plus, I completely imagine him in the Mrs. Nesbitt outfit, and everyone close your eyes and you can see it. John Cena in the chair. We can all see it. It would be beautiful.
God damn, you got me just on that. Fuck. Come on. So, this guy has a supporting role in Project Hail Mary, and that's kind of why I picked him, because I frankly think this dude's a chameleon. He is very funny when he wants to be. He's very heartfelt when he wants to be. He can be a pretty imposing physical presence, and just points for diversity, man. We don't need a white Buzz Lightyear. I don't know. I just think it'd be a cool outside of left field pick, and I think Project Hail Mary proved his range.
I think for a lead, John Cena is an icon. He's somebody people know. He's somebody people trust. And we have that track record that he can deliver the heart while also delivering the humor. I think I could see him yelling at Woody, but I could also see him hugging Woody at the end of the movie.
I think the problem with John Cena is for a character as iconic as Buzz Lightyear, you really need someone who's going to disappear into the role. And John Cena is like, it's almost as bad as casting like The Rock. It's like, you're not going to see Buzz. You're going to see John Cena.
Actually, you're not going to see John Cena because you can't see him.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, so remember, Kogias, you will be deciding who made the more compelling argument on that one. So it doesn't matter what we think.
Fraud
Don't
says
take
just
my
have Tim Allen and Tom Hanks switch roles.
don't ta- don't take what I said as a factor in your decision.
Yeah.
I was just making a bad joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You didn't have to agree so quickly.
I like all these
Not-
questions, by the way. They're
Yeah.
all pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I selected the two that like the most recent Claude and LEB ones I thought would be the best ones.
I was thinking not that he would be my pick, but I remember like way back, like The Rock did this like Screen Junkies interview, and they basically gave him like like which Disney and Pixar characters from the play and live action. And one of them was Buzz Lightyear, so it kind of made me think about that.
Really? Well, Code Geass, we have confirmation. Code Geass said he was going to give Pergron, but Tiki won me over at the end by bringing up John Cena being too recognizable, and so goes with Tiki.
All right.
Right.
That should have been a full round question because I could have gotten into that.
Also, I will say this: if you want to go for a divert, like a non-white actor, like Dave Bautista's right there.
Huh?
Dave Bautista's another one that's too recognizable, though.
But
He's
okay,
like
but
a
also,
notch below John Cena as far as like.
but
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
really, the pastry guy, you went with the pastry chef.
well, also
Have
like
you seen Project Hail Mary, Dragon?
No, I haven't.
Carl
That's
is
what I
Ian Dragon.
That's what I
But
thought.
also, but Alan Richardson, I feel like is also an underrated pick.
Now
Even
that's
though
a great choice. Alan
Yeah.
Richardson's a really good choice.
We could have said Chris Pratt.
Oh my god! The thought crossed my head. I literally had like a cold chill run down my spine. I was like,
Alan Richardson's a really good.
That was going to be my funny pick.
And
What
Jay,
if
you
I
want to
said
go?
what if I said Chris Evans? Oh god! Hey, we all know how good it worked out the first time.
So, Dragon, you want to go with another one of the audience questions, or do you want to go with one of ours?
Well, what do you think? Should we work in our Muppet questions to make sure it gets in there before we have fun with the audience?
All right, I don't see why not.
We need to at least do the Muppet question.
Okay, let's do the Muppet questions to make sure we get it in there. All right.
And Peregrine, this is the exception where you cannot block an answer
Okay.
because Tiki's going to get stuck with whatever he gets, and so are you.
Now remember, Peregrine, after that, though, you can block whenever you want.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
as you can see, we have the Wheel of Muppets. And we have this selection over here. So, Peregrine, since you won the last round, you can either spin first or defer.
I'll defer.
All right, so that means Tiki will both get the first selection and go first in the round.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
You know I want some Link Hog Throw.
It looks like you are getting Animal.
Animal.
take it.
And so Tiki has Animal. And so, Peregrine, you will be getting
We all know we want him to get, but it's not in the cards.
you get Sweetums.
Oh,
We don't
yeah.
All right. So, Dragon, why don't you regale us with the question at hand?
Okay, which Muppet which Muppet would be the best to hop into? Per the Hopper's technology, basically you would hop into a Muppet's body.
Okay.
Who would be the best option? And Tiki has Animal, Peregrine has Sweetums.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. I mean, if you want to live out the fucking rock star lifestyle, like, what better way to do it? It's perfect. And also, Animal is nonverbal, so you literally don't even have to worry about, like, oh shit, what if I say the wrong thing? Like, no, all you have to do is, like, just do a bunch of drugs, probably have a bunch of hot sex, and just be like, drums, drums, drums every couple minutes, and you're good. You're fucking golden, dude. Best night of your life. Bet you didn't expect that to come up on this.
I'm exhausted just thinking about living as animal for any amount of time. If I was gonna hop into a Muppet, I'd want to just hop into someone who's gonna have a chill time, who's there to just like vibe, but also somebody who needs a little help. I could give Sweetums that confidence that he needs. I could be assertive in Sweetums, and I could make him stand out to his friends the way he truly wants to, but is too quiet and too shy. I could help Sweetums. You're doing coke as a Muppet.
I love this. Literally, the whole joke and appeal of Sweetums as a character is that he's just kind of a guy. He's a big guy, but he's just kind of a guy. It's like there's no real appeal. And also, this whole question is moot because they're robots, not the actual Muppets.
I absolutely do not want a robot animal nearby a real animal. I think that would be an absolute fucking nightmare. A real Sweetums finally having a friend that is him, that would be beautiful. It would be touching, it would be adorable, and we'd all love to see it.
All right, Jacob. Cool. Who got it?
All right. Honestly, I think I'll go with Pergron on this. I'm sold on becoming. He sold me on becoming Sweetums' friend.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the logistics of this, though. Is it are we literally mind hopping into them, or is
Yeah. Basically, you're in the Muppet's body.
Yeah.
So we're not dealing with the separate robot, because that's the hopping is the robot.
Well, I mean, still, it was it was like an inanimate kind of thing that you're bringing to life, but it's you.
All right. I'm just saying, what happens with the actual animal at that point? But
okay, look, I'm sorry. I hate the question. All right, I'm sorry.
He's in a black site somewhere where he belongs.
God.
All right. So that brings it to 1-2. So, how about do we go to one of the audience questions?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey, LEB picks Throg.
God.
And also, this video has been delisted for violating YouTube's terms of service.
I mean, probably. You're probably right on the money with that.
All right, so how about we go? Do you want to go with LEB's or Claude's question?
Let's go with the Claude question, because Tiki usually alienates Claude. We should make him feel better.
All right, Claude. Hopefully, you're still around listening to us.
Yeah.
And that brings us to
hopefully Tiki didn't hurt your feelings.
Which Pixar film should get an animated TV show?
Ratatouille.
Hoppers.
All right. Pergron ready with Ratatouille.
All right. Get ready for this, because I have the perfect pitch for an animated TV show. I'm talking my boy Tony Bourdain, but rats. Imagine a series that is like something Anthony Bourdain would do. Like, you're traveling around the world and it's all rat chefs and they're trying out all the other rat chef meals. It would be an animated cooking show, but it would also tie in culture. You could go and there's like a Australian rat, a Chinese rat, all kinds of things like that.
Oh man. So Hoppers is easily, without question, the closest Pixar movie to being just a straight up Cartoon Network show anyways. It's got the humor of a Cartoon Network show, it's got the tone of a Cartoon Network show, and honestly, I think it's pretty open-ended. The main conflict of the the location they're trying to save is finished, but we still have a lot of characters we could explore, and also there's the whole hopping technology and the big blackboard of Easter eggs that we could explore.
I feel like Hoppers is just going to be more Hoppers if you do a show like that. You haven't pitched me anything that really sticks out to me. Where Ratatouille, there is a whole culinary universe out there that is ready to be explored in kind of a parody cooking show. That would be beautiful.
So essentially, my hook would be like, yes, it is more Hoppers. What's wrong with that? But the biggest hook would be the whole thing where it's like, okay, we now know that Dr. Sam is basically the person behind a lot of what the Pixar theory is. That's the hook for fans.
Pergron. I mean, like Claude. Whenever you're ready, make your pick.
Pergron's the one in the debate.
Yes, I know, Dragon. So anybody have anything to say while Claude deliberates?
Kogias, I can respect your opinions most of the time. I will not let you disrespect Ratatouille like this. I will not stand for this. Ratatouille is the single best Pixar movie, and I will not stand for this.
Sorry, I didn't know Ratatouille was a synonym for The Incredibles, but let's.
The Incredibles isn't even the best Pixar movie from the first 10 Pixar movies.
Jacob, we don't have like the image ready, do we? The get him image.
I can bring it up though. I don't have
Bring
it.
it.
I don't have it in this, but I can totally bring it up.
Let's see if you can quickly bring it up.
All right. Hold on just a second. I think I know where it is.
I hate to say it, but Breaking Bad kind of comes to mind whenever Ratatouille gets brought up.
Well, still, it's in good company. One of the best TV shows, one of the best Pixar movies.
Ooh.
Hold on.
There we go. We have a vote, but I want to see if we can. There we go. Get him! All right. Okay, so Claude says, I choose Pergron.
I'm like a Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon doesn't do very much. So the platypus of Pokemon, really. Right,
I kind of intentionally avoided The Incredibles. Like, I'm so outspokenly, like, think that Incredibles 2 was just meh that I feel like I would be a hypocrite for voting for The Incredibles.
I just want Anthony Bourdain rat. That's really all I want.
It's unique. It's certainly unique. I'll give you that.
I miss Anthony Bourdain.
Really, I couldn't tell. All right, let's see. What do you think, Jacob? Should we do the other audience question, or should we do one of ours next?
We've already done 2 audience questions. So
All right,
I think we can say Ellie Beats is good, and I want to get to it, but I think we should probably spread out a little bit.
Okay, do you want a Star Wars question, do you have a Disney question, or a Marvel question?
Star Wars.
And Rohit wants Star Wars.
I did not say
I
that.
don't pause it, Rohit!
Not say that sound the same. Paragraph does not sound the same.
Okay, I saw his icon move.
I will take this to my grave that they have similar voices.
Rohit,
They do not have similar voices.
They do not have similar voices, but I could swear I saw
One
his
went
voice
to
move.
law school.
Well, beyond just law school, I'm a licensed attorney.
I didn't say similar levels of intelligence. I said similar voices.
Ow!
I'm saying a Paragon's intelligence.
Okay, my blunder aside.
I'm a
I
full-time
was gonna say,
educator.
no, why? Okay, this is.
Oh, Rios, how do you think we're similar? We don't sound alike at all.
Oh my god, you totally do. You totally fucking do, dude.
Kiki, if you and Kogias have the same opinion, I don't know if that's necessarily to your credit. I love Kogias, but
I would like to formally apologize for what my slip up has caused.
All right, this is the debate now. Do I and Rohit sound alike? Debate.
Okay, so Jacob, do you want Rohit to pick the real Rohit to pick?
All right, yes, let's Rohit.
Okay, Rohit. Okay, Marvel, Disney, or Star Wars?
Marvel.
Okay, what you said, Marvel?
Yes, I said Marvel.
Okay, there we go. All right. Which?
Now we have little blue coming in on it.
That's for the karaoke round, Little Blue. Come on.
All right, so Dragon.
Which human Pixar character is worthy enough to lift Thor's hammer?
Ooh. I think you gotta go like probably Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No. Human Pixar character.
Oh,
We
my
moved on to
God.
Marvel.
I got
Okay,
my-
the other
my
Rohit said
concerned.
Star Wars. This is the real Rohit.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You're right,
My
though.
bad. Fucking Mr. Anderson, Riley's dad.
Okay,
Let's
there
do
we
it.
go. There we go.
Okay.
Russell from
Okay.
Up.
All right.
Mr. Anderson is the most everyman Pixar character that there is, and that's exactly what makes him worthy. That's exactly what makes him honorable. This is a man who is trying so hard to make good for his family, and when he realizes that what he has put his daughter through has caused her this inner turmoil, his heart breaks for her. And I feel like that love, that connection, that spirit, that's absolutely the type of shit that Thor's hammer would gravitate towards.
Before my time starts, I just have to say it, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, so I mean, Russell is the epitome of wholesome. Russell is the epitome of helpful and caring. He is the person who is immediately out there trying to help Mr. Fredrickson cross the road, cross his yard, cross his living room. He just wants to help. This is a man who saved an endangered species. This is a boy who flew a chair with a leaf blower to save a dog and an old man from another old man and his dogs.
There was no chair.
Up is a
Yeah,
very
he was tied in the chair.
Up is a very weird movie once you break it down like that.
I mean, Russell is like, he's so young. I genuinely don't think that he's even qualified. I don't think he can physically lift the hammer. I think with Mr. Anderson, what you have is sometimes the people that are most worthy of respect and admiration are the people that silently do it in the background without people noticing.
Mr. Anderson admits he was in a band, which means he likely got up to some shenanigans, and I don't think that would be okay. Russell is a scout, and Scout's honor, motherfucker. He is going to be the most wholesome, worthy boy on the entire Midgard.
So I guess at the risk of sounding narcissistic, I guess I go for the other Rohit, Pergron.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Okay.
really? Are you sure?
I because here's the thing. It's like I think both arguments didn't really go for what I feel like is the prerequisite to being worthy of Thor's hammer, which is basically someone who's willing to be sacrifice one's life for the care of others.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tiki, like I appreciate sort of the argument about like being empathetic and all, but I think like Russell doing all that he could for Carl and all that in the film, and he's a young guy. He's got Scout's honor. That's more like that. If you are to vest the power of Thor to someone, it's someone who's willing to put others before themselves. And I think Russell is, more worthy of that power.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's go with the LED
Pergron
question
is
next.
kicking my ass, dude.
I do agree with you, Code Geass, that I don't think Up is bad, even remotely, but it is a little overrated. It really is those first.
So far, every Pixar movie brought up, he said is overrated.
Yeah, what is a properly rated Pixar movie, Code Geass?
Brave. I'm gonna guess Code Geass's answer.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
You know what? I agree with you too, LEB. That last part of Up is actually pretty fucking good, and people don't give it its credit.
And like I said, like Up is a pretty weird movie if you break it down in those simple terms like that.
Yeah, it is.
Also, it's crazy that neither of you thought to pick Buzz Lightyear or Mr. Incredible. Like I mean, it's interesting picks, but just that's nothing to do.
Buzz Lightyear left his lesbian friend to die on a planet while he went to battle himself.
I mean,
feel
Toy
like
Story
Buzz
Buzz Lightyear, not Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear. Come on.
I feel like with both of them, it's almost kind of like yeah, Mr. Incredible is human technically, but like there is the whole like superpower thing that I kind of feel works against
Tiki
him.
would be a bad guy in the X-Men.
Steve Rogers picked up the hammer, and he's super powered as well.
That's
Like,
true.
Come on, man. There's
Got
no.
you there.
There's no
Well, excuse me for making an out of left field pick. I'm so sorry that I did a pick that was actually creative.
No, Tiki, you didn't have. Look, I didn't. He called that. Okay, I think
I personally would have gone with Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson is a solid pick. So was honestly Russell was also a solid pick. I think it could have been argued better, but it was a solid pick.
I personally would have gone with Tiki.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
like
fine.
to win. I thought you meant you would have picked Tiki.
No, that's it. I would have picked. I said I would have picked him to win. Yeah.
No, I thought you meant you would have picked him to like argue for him that he is the Pixar character. That's
Yes.
Yes, because
I am worthy, motherfuckers.
It's not because I'm calling Tiki a Pixar character.
that's what I
He's
thought.
a character, but he's not a Pixar character.
We're all characters.
God.
Just waiting to be thrown away.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's a character who definitely would not be able to lift Thor's hammer.
Nope.
Oh God, no.
Anyway.
So
yeah, let's go with LEBs.
all right, LEB's question, and that is LEB. Hopefully, you're still here. Which Pixar character would have the biggest chance of beating you in a fight?
I mean, Mr. Incredible, probably.
Oh, sure. Now is a good pick.
Yeah, when it's like a physical fight, yes.
Probably Hopper
Okay.
from a
Well, yeah, I buy it.
What?
I buy it.
from A Bug's Life.
Yeah, no, it's accurate.
What? Okay, rephrase the. Give me the question again.
It's right in front of you.
Which Pixar character would have the biggest chance of beating you in a fight?
Literal grasshopper paragraph.
Yeah, he's lame. Yeah.
Well, let's see what he let the boy cook.
I'm genuinely baffled. Okay.
It could be another Job of the Hutt moment for all we know.
No, because Jabba the Hutt was when everything was on a line.
Well, all right, now, Tiki, when you're ready.
I don't even really know what you need to say here. Like, Mr. Incredible is probably canonically the absolute strongest character in the entire Pixar canon, at least as far as humanoid. Like, there might be some crazy, like, supernatural characters I'm not thinking of, but as far as humanoid characters, yeah, it's him. I mean, he's literally indestructible. And he does have a temper to him as much as he tries to rein in that temper. If you piss him off, man, I don't know. It might not end well for you.
Hopper would be really hard to hit. He would be really, really hard to hit. He's flying around. And I don't know if you guys have ever faced a grasshopper when you're out there mowing your lawn. They're relentless little motherfuckers. They are up in your face. They are up in your grill. You can't hit them back, and they're just boom, boom, boom. I think in a war of attrition, which is what this is going to be, because I'm not going to yield. Hopper's not going to be able to be hit. I think he wins a war of attrition, and I think that I would give up way before I was able to get rid of him.
Okay, so I'm literally dealing with a bee infestation in my room. There's like 6 of them in my room, and it sucks. But, like, I don't think I'm going to lose a fight to the fucking bees, dude. Like, the only thing that Hopper would do is creep you out because he's Kevin Spacey.
I don't want a Kevin Spacey bug up in my grill all day. That fucking sucks. I don't want that. A fucking pedo bug? No, thank you.
Wow.
No, I'd be out of there just from that alone.
God. Oh God.
I really missed
Eli,
the
you're
boat
right.
on-
Sully is also a very good choice. I kind of wish I would have thought of that.
I really missed
But
that
you know what?
one.
Sully does not have a temper the same way Mr. Incredible does. Anyways.
Well, we do see his strength is like 3 days.
Yeah.
Do you know what one came to mind for me though? More do.
Yeah, I think more do kill you, Jake.
Yeah, that would kind of like that. That would file right into like the supernatural bullshit category. I was kind of into.
I mean, it's a giant bear.
A supernatural bear, nonetheless.
Yeah.
A supernatural bear.
I mean,
that was
technically,
a
I don't
warrior
think
thing.
any of us stand much of a chance against the Sam Elliott T-Rex, right?
Yeah. See, there
Yeah.
you go.
But it's Sam Elliott.
Not a hard question.
All right,
Everyone
Ellie's
chose Hopper.
answered. Ellie's answered.
All right.
Tiki
Yep.
won with the Tiki.
Can
gets
you
the point.
throw that to me, Pergron?
What? No. I thought I would genuinely win that point.
Oh man.
No, I believe
thought
Hopper. I believe Hopper would beat him in a fight. No question.
Yeah, that's I don't think Hopper would beat me in a fight. Let's be real.
No, not you. I'm saying no, not the real Rohit. The fake Rohit would easily trounce the fake Rohit.
All right, Dragon, do you want to do one of mine?
Yeah, sure, Jake. Remind me which. Well, you don't want to.
Well,
You don't want to do the quick draw, right? You don't want to do that.
one quick draw and one as a one short question.
All right,
But to continue kind of the theme here, I kind of want to go with my quick draw.
all right.
Or unless you
No. I'm just saying for obvious reasons. This feels like maybe we're doubling down. But if you feel strongly about it, go ahead.
All right. So, best Pixar insect villain: Hopper versus Titus.
Titus.
Hopper.
All right.
Are you happy now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I mean, I hate to make it this easy, but like Titus is not Kevin Spacey, right? Like it kind of boils down to that. But no, seriously, even outside of that, I think Titus works so well. I feel like Titus is like a twist villain that's actually done right. I mean, like he does a lot with not a lot of screen time. He's genuinely menacing. He has some of the most disturbing parts of the movie. I feel like Hopper's just kind of like baseline, like, yeah, he's a jerk. He's a bad guy. I feel like Titus is more creative.
Hopper is a megalomaniac fucking psychopath who is out only for himself. And that's just Kevin Spacey. When you get into the character, he is this brutal tyrant that overrules these fucking poor ants and with an iron 6 fists. This is an animal that is just evil on every fucking level. And he does it because for the love of the game. He does it because he has built himself to this.
I mean, you're saying that Titus cares about literally anybody but himself and maybe his mother, questionably? I mean, like I said, I feel like Hopper is just kind of baseline, and I feel like with Titus, you just get something a lot more original, a lot more fresh, and genuinely has more disturbing moments than Hopper does.
Titus is a petulant Nepo baby who gets the fucking crown handed to him. Hopper worked for it. Hopper is this evil villain who uses his hatred in his heart to subjugate an entire civilization of individuals.
All right then.
Oh, Jacob.
Well, that was another interesting round. And I will say it is kind of interesting that it's Titus. I keep saying Titus from a movie called Hoppers against a villain named Hopper.
It almost
A
by
movie called
design.
Titus.
I don't know. There's a Final Fantasy protagonist. His name is pronounced Titus or Titus too. So I get
Point being, they both love golf.
yes, but I don't get the golf. But all right. But my point goes to Tiki.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
He's catching up. He's got to be on his toes.
Titus is the insect king from Hoppers.
Yeah, from the movie
Yeah.
you saw.
Yeah.
Also, we don't sound alike.
Okay.
Okay, then. So,
Okay, do we want to, let's see, do we want the Star Wars question or do we want the Disney question?
let's work some Star Wars in there.
Okay. What should Grogu's first Pixar movie be?
Ooh. Oh man. Shit. Ratatouille.
Tiki says Ratatouille.
Elio.
All right.
Okay. Look, I like Elio. I probably like Elio more than the average person. It's still one of the more mid Pixar movies. I get what you're doing. You're like, oh, it's about like interdimensional like space people coexisting, whatever. Fucking Ratatouille is basically the meaning of life on film. Okay, that movie has so many values, so many life lessons. It teaches you about just everything. It's so meaningful.
The important part about a Pixar movie is connecting to it and seeing yourself in it. And I think for Grogu's first, Elio having that space style being about an individual who has been separated from his clan and is now adopted into a new clan, I think that absolutely is something he could relate to, and therefore would create a really beautiful beginning to his Pixar journey. Ratatouille, as much as I love it, for a little kid, is boring. It is not something that you get into until you're older.
I feel like the anyone can cook mantra is perfect for the Jedi thing. I feel like it's a lesson that you can learn early in life. The rats are funny. The rats are entertaining. I feel like there is enough there for a kid. And Grogu's not like an infant either.
Grogu is an infant. He's pretty definitively like a toddler, at least. I just think that Elio has a lot of those things that he can relate to. And when starting Pixar, it's all about the relatability, and I think that would really hit him.
Oof. Oh boy. Oh man, I'm in a tough spot on this one. I think Tiki made a good point, but I don't think he had enough time to really drive it home. God, that's the thing. I think Pergron, made some very salient points about the relatability factor. And how Grogu, his age demographic, and his life experience, kind of connecting him to Elio. That's man, I really hate being on the side of Pergron here, especially once like the last point of the game. But I don't think Tiki brought it. I don't think he brought it enough. I think he tried. I think the respectable try. I don't think he did it in time. I think it's like the ball. It's like he ran out of time before the ball went in the basket. That's what I think happened here. I think he could have gotten it. I think he really could have. But I think reluctantly I'm gonna have to get the Pergron.
And that means the people's champ wins again.
Yeah.
Finally, I have been on
the first time you've won in a while, dude.
I have. Thank you to my opponent. Thank you to the judges, to the audience, to Rohit, whom I sound nothing like. Thank you to Jake and the Neverland Pirates for making an appearance in my first argument.
Wasn't that your band in college?
I think, Pergron, if you guys speak,
Hey, leave my Neverland Pirates out of this.
If you and I speak at the same time, I think people could distinguish between the two. I have no idea. We don't have the same cadence. We don't have the same.
No,
Okay.
I definitely don't think we sound alike. We talk very differently.
Well, of course, you guys hear your own voices, and the voices sound different than how we hear them. in my defense.
But what is similar? I really want to know what do you find the similarity in specific?
Yeah, this isn't even about you, Jacob. This is about Kogias and Tiki.
I mean, like, you both just have a very similar cadence, like the tone, even the way that you speak. Rohit, are you from New England by any chance?
No, I grew up in California in the Bay Area.
Motherfucker, that's right. You told me that.
We're about as far away as possible.
I know, right?
I mean,
Dude,
I guess
what to tell you, man.
I in terms of my the way I speak English, because I grew up grew up with American media and English language speak media, so I don't know if any media I would consume or watch would have a New England cadence to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Are you implying that Pergron are just sound very highly educated? We're like Matt Damon.
Well, one of you maybe.
Well, when you guys raise your voices, you do kind of sound similar. I didn't say you sound the same.
Okay. Maybe should Pergron sub in for me for a debate with Laserdude and see if Laserdude can tell.
Really? Oh god, imagine that. We just give them the same icon, the same
Obligatory
name.
People's Champ comment.
Hell yeah, I did it for you, LED.
And here we have the dichotomy of men. You sound similar and have similar opinions and ways of thinking from Kogias, and then LEB says they have different accents, inflections, pitches, and cadences.
That would be a heck of an April Fool's Day joke to pull on Laserdude.
So
the whole time he assumed he was debating.
So with these two comments, we have the dichotomy of man.
Yeah.
So,
see, Laserdude was probably so haggard with the perils of parenthood, he probably wouldn't notice. He probably wouldn't care. He's just like, "Who am I debating this time?" Okay,
Yeah,
sounds enough like Rohit.
He definitely
I
would
feel
not.
if Pergron as me is a lot more chill in the debate, I feel like Laserdude is why is he so chill?
Like, man, Rohit's really lost his edge. And Rohit just does—he's not trying at all. Why does Rohit sound insane?
I slip up once, and then this is the result.
I don't know.
No, this has been something that the three of us have been arguing about since the first Golden Tikis.
That's
It literally gets brought up.
So I didn't create it. I just brought up an old wound.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I was more taken back by people agreeing with it. Jay was less than me mistake.
Like I said, I didn't. Like I said, but my defense is I could have sworn I heard Pergron speak, but I also saw Rohit's icon move.
So he's actually sitting on his lap and he's moving his lips at the same time. That's really that's the real trick.
Like that, so that's my defense. So.
This is why we have the little names and the symbols. So,
all right, guys, we should probably wrap it up unless you want to do that Disney question as an exposition round. Exposes.
Yeah, let's explain it to people, Tiki.
Exhibition.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone feel up for? Yeah.
sure. Let's do an exhibition round.
I'm up for a non-canon exhibition round.
Jacob, do you think that that Disney question, the timely Disney question, is worth using?
Yes.
All right, let's give it a shot. Okay, so in honor of the recent inductees for the Disney Legends, which Pixar creative should be inducted as a Disney legend? Hey, so far, only two have really gotten it: Joe Ranft and Steve Jobs. So, what Pixar creative besides those two?
I was about to ask who's gotten
it. As far as Jacob and I could find with some cursory research, those are the only two.
This is tough with the Lasker of it all. It's tough with the
Randy
fact that
Newman.
Doctor kind of sucks now. Randy Newman's a good one. I'm gonna go with. Oh man. Is John Ratzenberger? Has John Ratzenberger gotten it yet? I think he probably has, right?
Correct.
I'll do my quick research.
I actually don't know if mine has either.
And honestly, Lasseter and Doctor would be great picks.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
they would be solid picks.
And Ratzenberger has not gotten it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go with Ratzenberger then. and I do not want to touch the Lester thing with a 10-foot pole.
Randy Newman has, so I can't use him.
Oh,
Okay, so Randy Newman has been apparently.
That makes sense though. To give the composer.
Yeah, it does. No, that makes sense.
Probably a non-composer just to be safe, guys.
well, with Pete Docter, I'm just not thrilled with some of the recent comments he's made. But
Well, yeah, that's a different kettle of fish, though. It's
no, you're right.
Because something somebody says could completely undermine their achievements.
All right, Brad Bird.
okay.
That's honestly who I was gonna go with. That's funny. Okay. No. So John Ratzenberger. By the way, was hold on, really quick. Was John Ratzenberger one of the words?
No.
I was kind of intentionally avoiding.
He was in consideration because I didn't think anyone was going to say it.
Uh-huh. I think John Ratzenberger, the reason why he deserves a Disney legend status is that for the entire run of Pixar that made them a legendary studio, this man essentially was the voice of Pixar. I mean, you cannot say that about any other voice actor besides arguably Walt Disney himself being the voice of Mickey Mouse. I mean, I feel like John Ratzenberger's voice is that synonymous with the company.
Brad Bird made what is arguably the two best Pixar movies, or at least two of the best Pixar movies, in The Incredibles and Ratatouille. These are two worlds, two just brilliant stories in like the apex of what Disney and Pixar were doing in their collaborations together. He's just a phenomenal director in general. Plus, he has touched outside of just the Pixar umbrella and done some other Disney stuff in writing as well.
So with Brad Bird, I feel like it kind of gets into a messy thing. It's like, would they give it to him partially for The Simpsons, even though The Simpsons wasn't really a Disney thing until they bought it? It's messy, and I don't like that about Disney Legend stuff. I don't like the Star Wars people getting Disney Legend status.
Well, he made my point for me because the Star Wars people are getting Disney Legend status. So I think they absolutely, Brad Bird absolutely could get in there. And I think he very much deserves that position for creating two of, again, the best Pixar movies.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm leaning towards Pergron on this one.
All right.
Yeah. So, in this non-canon bout, I would say Pergron got it.
I want to get a full round of voting here.
Okay, Jacob.
I'll go.
Little Prince wants all votes. Let's give him all votes.
I'll go with Tiki.
Right.
Okay. Fake Pergron?
He's going to vote for Pergron just out of spite.
I'm actually voting for Tiki on this one.
All right.
All right.
The issue is I didn't once bring up John Ratzenberger because I forgot who you picked.
I think Fake Pergron made the right decision.
All right. Well, that was fun, guys.
All right.
Yeah, it was.
All right. So that's all she wrote. So, folks, see Hoppers. Good movie. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Hoot, hoot.